Hey guys, just a quick thing before we get into the video. I've obviously cut down and cut out a lot of the parts from the podcast. So if you want to watch the whole podcast, I'll leave a link in the description below. Also, I am only covering the information for Forza Motorsport. Don't really care too much for Forza Horizon as of right now. So yeah, if you want to watch the updates for Horizon, I'll leave a link to the full podcast down below. All right, guys, peace.
Improved and added options within the screen narrator section of the accessibility settings that will allow you to narrate.
I'm just gonna go back here. It looks like they missed some things. So let's see. Let's kind of slow down for a second and really unpack. Excuse me. Got a lot of fixes here. But let's see. Are any of these fixes important per se? Are any of these fixes kind of what the community has been needing and what the community's been asking for? So let's see. Fixes improve overall game stability and performance. Okay, that's fine. I mean, that's kind of general. Fix long load times. Okay, yeah, so this one I have experienced too, where sometimes whenever I go to, just say like a tune or an upgrade, it'll load for a while, like to the point to where I basically just kind of turn off my or quit out of the game and restart the game. It can take a while, like 3 or 4 minutes. So glad that they fixed that. Didn't know about the exploit. Fix an exploit that allow parts to be edited after removing a saved tune. Didn't know about this one. Fix rivals replays now. And honestly, the most important fixes that I'm looking for here are fixing the replays. Those still don't work. Fixing the shaders and the textures on the cars, because there's still a lot of cars where if you drive them in third person, like the textures will be like flickering. It's like very, very distracting. There's still some cars that don't have interiors where the interiors are invisible. Trying to think. I think those are the most important ones I can think of right now. So let's see. Fix the issue in free play with driver avatars. Don't care about that one. Fix the ray trace render features, so aim occlusion and mirror reflection that cause flickering and strobing effects on the car and the road. Boom. That's it. So that's one down. That's one down. Fixing issues causing liveries sometimes not be visible. Yes, I've seen that before too, where the liveries aren't visible. Fixing the issue with large parties. Can't say I have that one because I don't have any friends to play this game with. Wheels. Still haven't really used my wheel that much on this game, but I do plan on doing so. Cars. Fix an issue which allow players to sell their Builder Cup reward cars, preventing them from reobtaining their cars and completing their associated rewards showcases. Didn't know about that one either. Fix an issue where interior and motor were missing. Okay, yeah. M5, repair nobody. Fix an issue on the 2018 Honda Civic R. Fix an issue that displayed unnatural white texture in the car's taillights during cinematics. Haven't seen that one. Oh, let's move me out of the way here. There we go. Go away. Fix an issue where car brake caliper is seeing clipping into the multiple wheel. Yes, I have seen that one. On the 2013 Dodge SRT Viper GT car, yes, there is an issue where if you look at the brake caliper, it does appear to be like clipping through the wheel. So glad they got that fixed too. Okay, let's move on to the next page.
Narrator section of the accessibility settings that will.
All right, let's see. Move me over here. Boom, perfect. Finrose preset with Rita's Ghost back event setup, game type with Rita's Race Link. Didn't know about that one. Here are the accessibility game fixes. I'm not going to read off all of these. I'll just read off some of the more noteworthy ones. Don't seem like there's a whole lot. New options are available in the screen narrator section of the accessibility settings menu to narrate your race position and drivers' names ahead and behind you. That's actually really cool. As far as accessibility goes, So I guess that way you can have the narrator just read off how far the cars are ahead of you or behind you and your race position. It's actually really good. Let's see. Yeah, so nothing super major. The only other major fix I see under accessibility, this is for all platforms. It says fix an issue where the controller had to be connected to navigate via keyboard input on Xbox X Series S consoles. Haven't experienced that. Glad they fixed that. That sounds very annoying. So let's look at the PC fixes here. Fix various random crashes and multiplayer races, specifically on PCs with AMD GPUs. Huh, cool. DLSS will now properly turn on and off in video settings. That's good. Stability and performance are improved on lower spec PCs. Always happy to see that. I've always had a potato PC for most of my life until recently. I bought like a 4060 gaming PC, so always good that they care about the lower end spec guys, because I've been there for the majority of my life. Improve consistency of frame rate while racing. That's awesome. Fix the video quality presets, always defaulting to native window resolution. Didn't know about that one. Improve detection of CPUs on PC to set to default quality preset. That's good. Reduce the occurrence of a bug where the track or other objects becomes invisible while racing. Wow. Didn't know about that one either. I'm glad they got that one fixed. All right, let's continue.
Will allow you to narrate your race. You know that this next quickly. Now probably treatments going in for some of our lower spec PCs. We fixed as well as improved detection of CPUs on PC, and we've or other objects into this upcoming update. It's also important to note that while we're always looking at the troubleshooting hub, there's also a lot of fixes that the team does for issues that may not always be visible to the player. And so it's a careful balancing act of ensuring that we're improving our overall stability and performance, as well as addressing some of the specific issues that we see called out in the troubleshooting hub. And so we always continue to encourage our players to submit issues and make sure that we're aware of the top issues that we're seeing.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that rundown, Brendan. And Andy, the community is eager to know about the track coming to Forza Motorsport in December. So why don't we show them?
Is it Nürburgring?
We get a drum roll.
Is it Nürburgring?
All right, so we're going to be talking about Hockenheim today.
Hockenheim. Okay.
So, located in Germany, it's one of the great European tracks. It's had many layout changes since it was introduced way back in 1930s. The track's known for having really long straights, ultra narrow final sector. We're going to include the full 2.8 mile circuit, the 2.3 mile national circuit, and the 1.6 mile short circuit. So all three of these layouts will be available in free play, multiplayer, and time attack. So make sure to build your favorite cars and set your fastest laps.
On the previous Forza games.
We're also going to be able to play Hockenheim in the new...
Automobili is a new manufacturer for Forza Motorsport. So what can we expect from this car in the game?
Yeah, so it's a German car with an Italian name. Obviously, Pininfarina is not a new name to the motorsport world. It's a design firm that's been making amazing cars for a number of manufacturers throughout the years. And this car is going to be putting out about 1,900 horsepower. It's got 4 electric motors, can go 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds, top speed of over 217 miles an hour. Thanks for improved performance. I think only 150 of these are going to be produced.
I like how whenever they're
too,
showcasing cars, whoever's driving always have all this assists on.
So each of these starts with a starting price of $2.5 million, so save your pennies. But within the game itself, you're actually able to get some of these cars on discount, which we'll be talking about next.
Oh, wait. $2.5 million.
Will, and I'm sure that'll be wickedly fast on the racetrack as well.
I wonder if he meant $2.5 million in Forza money or real life money.
Cars shortly. But first, I wanted to just pass the mic over to you, Brendan, so we can talk about the Contemporary Tour.
Yeah, so this month is the Showcase Tour is all about contemporary cars. So the Contemporary Tour, as the name implies, is all about these spectacularly modern cars. And so in this event, you're going to be able to experience cutting-edge performance like you've never seen. As always, the Showcase Tour is going to be broken down into 4 showcase series, and these are going to be lighting up each week. So for the first week, it's Italian Ingenuity. It's a series that's going to celebrate cars that are blending handcrafted beauty and extraordinary speed. Week 2 is all about hybrid ferocity. So these are cars with hybrid powertrains that are geared towards performance rather than economy. Week 3 celebrates the wonders of modern aerodynamics and tip of the spear. These are cars that probably spent more time in wind tunnels than many aircraft. And finally, the Contemporary Tour is going to conclude with a true modern marvel, which is the Aston Martin Valkyrie. It's a car that really is pushing the boundaries of car design to the absolute edge.
And Valkyrie is such a cool name for a car as well. It was jointly developed.
I'm just gonna pause it right here. You know, this makes me really happy to see newer supercars and hypercars being added into this game. I typically don't drive a lot of supercars and hypercars in my racing game. Exotics just typically just isn't my thing, but I actually really like this setup here. 2022 Ferrari 296 GTB, 2021 McLaren Sabre, 23 Aston Martin Valkyrie, 22 Pagani Huayra R. Yeah, I'm with that. I am with it.
What will be the new car reward for completing the Open Tour in Update 3?
Yeah, so if you take your Challenger through this series and beat all those, classic British marquees, you're going to win yourself a McLaren 650S. It's another great car. It's kind of similar to the 12C, but it's lighter, it's faster. It draws some of its cues from the now legendary P1. True to McLaren form, acceleration is key to this car. 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds. I think you can get like 120 miles an hour.
Sport Garage in Update 3. So as a quick
All right,
refresher
let's hear it.
for everyone, Spotlight cars can be acquired from the showroom at a limited time. 30% discount using credits earned in-game. And
Too bad credits still don't really matter.
In the update, so you can...
Inspired by the McLaren, super rare car. It's got a top speed of 218 miles an hour, 0 to 60 in
Yeah, now the
just
McLaren
2.7
Sabre, it's
seconds.
a
So the exterior of this car is
it's a
really unique.
crazy car.
Inspired Melissa.
And you know, that's one thing that I love about McLaren. Is that, you know, since they came back into the game, you know, they were missing for a while with the McLaren F1. And then of course they had that kind of partnership car with Mercedes. Then they just came out of nowhere with the McLaren P1. And then ever since the P1, I feel like they've just been killing it in the sports car, supercar, and hypercar area. All their cars are so beautiful. I love McLarens.
Spec series, and so we're starting off with the Lotus 311 Spec series. Following week is going to be Formula 70s. Next is going to be GTP C series, and then we go to the Mazda Miata Spec series. That's going to be a really fun one, and then wrapping up with.
Okay, so sorry, I don't know where to put me. Let's put me up here. I love these. This seems like an extremely fun featured multiplayer cycle. Really fun. The only one that I don't really care for too much is the Lotus 311 spec. I mean, Lotus are fine, they're just not my cup of tea. But Formula 70s, that's gonna be fun. GTPC, that's gonna be fun. And that makes me think, I wonder how many GTPC cars Forza has. I'm not sure. I have to look that up. But that's going to be fun if we have a lot of varieties to pick from with the cars. Miata spec, I've been waiting on this. I knew the Miata spec was going to come. I was just waiting on it. But what I'm really most excited for is the Vintage Le Mans Prototype Series. That is going to be some really crazy and some really good racing. So hopefully they put Le Mans in the rotation a lot. But I think that'll be fun. I think that'll be really fun.
With the Kyalami GP circuit.
You know, personally, Rivals isn't my cup of tea, but I am glad that they still update this. And I do know there's a lot of people that specifically play this game just for Rivals, just for doing some time attack stuff. So yeah, that's cool.
Update 3 also means the beginning of Stage 2 of the Logitech McLaren G Challenge. This is that really exciting Rivals events that we're doing where you get to go and set your fastest lap times, this time on Hakone.
Walk us through the new car pass deliveries for Update 3. starting with the 2018 Chevrolet 23 Rumen Racing TA Corvette.
Yeah, this is a super cool race car. So this was raced by Amy Rumen, who I believe was the first woman to win the series.
Oh.
It's a Trans Am race car. It's a Corvette. It's won multiple times. It's a lightweight carbon fiber car, 6-speed sequential gearbox, adjustable suspension. It's based on the Corvette C7R with some wide body kit and some really
Wow.
cool aerodynamic elements. So it's a great car with a really neat story behind it, and part of the Trans Am series.
That's really cool to see that they're adding, more types of race cars and just GT cars, LMP cars, V8 supercars. I always love when developers kind of showcase lesser known divisions of race cars and racing leagues. Trans Am Racing Leagues is super fun, super cool. I'm glad to see it. Cool.
Wonderful. And next we have the 1985 Buick 6 Performance Motorsports Somerset Regal Trans Am. Like the Chevy, this is a race car designed for the Trans Am series. So tell us about this one, Andy.
Another Trans Am
Yeah, it's
car.
another Trans Am car. This one back
Wow.
from the 80s. It's had multiple podium finishes during that season in 1985, a couple of wins. I think it's the only Buick ever to win that Trans Am series.
Wow.
So kind of we got
What a
modern Trans Am,
beautiful
and we're
car.
jumping back to the 80s as well. So
Beautiful
it's
car.
another great
Very
example of this
80s definition of 80s.
And your third
Beautiful
car pass delivery for this update is the 2021 Cadillac 31 Whelen Racing DPI VR. It's a race car designed for the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. So Andy, do you have any fun insights to share about this one?
Yeah, jumping from the 80s back to the
Huh.
ultra modern. So these prototype cars are
I thought they
fantastic.
already had like three of
This one
these.
has won multiple victories in IMSA, the Weather Car
Hmm.
Sports Car Championship, and it did win the 2021 IMSA Championship. So it's a 5.5 liter naturally aspirated V8 paired with a hybrid powertrain car producing over 600 horsepower.
Now, I might be lying here, but I could have sworn we already had like 3 or 4 of these cars just in different liveries. I mean, different liveries are fine if that's the case, because I could be wrong. I have to go back and double check. But if that is the case, that's kind of sleazy to say it's a new car when it's just a different livery. But I'll go back and check, and future me will come back and let you guys know. Hey y'all, future Justin here. So I did go back and look at Forza to see about that car, and there are already 3 versions of this one particular car. I say versions, but it's really just a livery, 3 different liveries for this particular car. I think that it's very sleazy for them to include a car that is already in the game on a paid car pass, even though it's just a livery. It's not a completely different car. It's going to handle exactly the same as the other 3 cars that are already in that category. Very sleazy, no, man, no. 2 thumbs down, 3 thumbs down if I had 3. 4 thumbs down. No.
Power. So great car. It's building out our lineup of cars within that division. So it's going to be another great addition to the game.
So many cars, so many. And that brings us to the end of 2023 for the Car Pass. However, we still have 2 more deliveries for Update 3. The first Car Pass delivery for 2024 is the 2018 Lamborghini 63 Squadra Corsa Huracan Super Trofeo Evo. Is that all of the name?
Is that
All the
Is that the
Italians.
Huracan GT
this
car
is
or no?
a car in my development garage. It's one I love to race in the GT series. If normal Lamborghinis aren't fast and powerful
Oh,
enough
yeah.
for you, this
Oh yeah. Yes. I love racing this car on Assetto. This is one of my favorite GT cars of all time. Wow. Yes. Good job, Turn Team. Good job.
this one's going to knock your socks off. So it's got a massive punch. It's got a 5.5 liter, 5.2 liter V10 producing 612 horsepower. More reasons to take this car out and race in every GT race you can. It's a really fun car, and it just sounds ridiculous. So I love this one.
Oh, yeah.
And the final car pass
Awesome.
delivery for Update 3 is the 1983 Porsche number 11 John Fitzpatrick Racing 956. So, Andy,
sure
what are
what
your
that one
favorite
is.
highlights about this car?
Yeah, jumping back to
Oh,
the 80s.
yeah.
So the 956 was a purpose-built
Yeah,
race
it's that
car.
funny-looking car.
This company, or John Fitzpatrick, was
I really like the driver suits in Forza Motorsport, and of course, seeing the gear everyone's wearing on the grid and on the podium is a big highlight. So, can we be expecting any new driver suits in the game?
Yeah, perfect timing, Leah. So with Update 3, we're dropping all new driver suits. It's important to look good on the grid. It's important to show up great for the podium. And so with this, we're going to be dropping all new driver suits at different driver level milestones. Anywhere between 10 and 100, you're going to get free driver suits so that you can self-express yourself with new patterns, new colorways, new styles. If you've already hit some of the driver levels in the past, don't worry, we're going to be retroactively granting them as well.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Andy and Brandon, for that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the current driver suits, at least compared to Forza 7, they are very, what's the word, lacking. And 90% of them kind of look the same. I actually prefer the Forza 7 driver suits because they just had so much more personality, so much more expression. These are just very boring. They typically, I mean, it's just a color that changes. You know, hopefully with these driver suits, they'll look a little more unique. So, probably not. Again, guys, thanks for tuning in. I will leave the link to the full podcast and the full patch notes in the description down below. Let me know what you think about the upcoming update. I think the upcoming feature multiplayer races are fun. I do like a few of the cars that they're adding this month. However, adding that Cadillac and saying it's a new car and you technically have to pay for this car with the car pass, that's really bad. They need to cut that out. Seriously. All right, guys. See you next time. Peace.